What's good, everybody? What's going on? Welcome back. My name is UnrealEntGaming, and welcome back to another episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week. Once again, I believe it's episode 76, 77, 79, 103. I don't know. I mean, it's been about 70 plus weeks of nothing but fan mail from you guys, and answering your questions now for a year and a half. It's just been absolutely amazing. It is a beautiful summer day outside. I'm looking outside my window right now, and oh my god, it looks like the perfect day to go to the beach. I mean, literally. So I really hope you guys are enjoying your summer. Some of you guys have graduated recently. Congratulations for every single person that has graduated. Also, for those of you out there that are entering, college, high school, I really hope you guys stay focused, stay on track, because it's going to be no joke from here on in. So I mean, just a lot happening. I mean, it's summertime, so, barbecues, beaches, road trips, camping, just all the whole shebang. So I really hope you guys are going to enjoy this episode. One more quick note before I begin. For those of you out there who haven't already done so, please go on ahead and subscribe to my second channel, UnrealEnt Network. On that channel, guys, you will find stuff that you won't find on here, such as, different commentary, alternative Dragon Ball Z sources, more horrifying episodes from the forest with no commentary, because I really want to scare you guys by just watching it, just like allowing you to watch the actual gameplay with no commentary. It's pretty freaky. Titanfall, PS4, a whole bunch of stuff. The link will be in the description below, guys, so I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all subscribe to my second channel at UnrealEnt Network, everybody. So let's kick it off this week, everybody, with our very first question, which is from a very familiar face, and it is from...
What's going on, Alex? I'm 3Man, your friend Brandon, and thanks for answering my fan mail this week. And I got 6 questions for you, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with the first one here. And it states, do you think Mark Wahlberg will outdo Shia LaBeouf acting-wise in the next Transformers? My next question is, what do you think? What would you do in my situation if you had just realized that you had been robbed, even though you had honestly thought you were talking to that girl, and you come to find out that you were never talking to her? The whole thing was a setup from the start. Third question is, when you see that someone has asked you a ridiculous question, how do you handle that? Because I'm pretty sure you can be kind of confused and not really have an answer for what they asked you. My question 4 is, what are your thoughts on GTA 5 finally moving over to the next-gen consoles? Because after seeing that trailer, I kind of realized, like, to me, the graphics look almost the same, like, sort of, pretty much. Question number 5, do you think the Halo Master Chief Edition is that collection thing, you think that's a waste of time? You think that whole deal is, like, something they shouldn't have done? They should have just remastered Halo 2 or something and left it at that. And question number 6 is, what are your thoughts on online dating? Because a lot of people are doing that nowadays, and some people are out there to con people. And yeah, that's pretty much all my questions. And for those of you watching, if you guys don't know who I am, I'm 3Man, aka Brandon, Alex's friend, close friend, and you guys should check him out, because I'm a featured in a lot of his videos. We started back in 08, I believe. And thanks again for answering my questions, Alex. And I'm gonna go ahead and let you get to what you do best. So see you later, man.
It's really rare that I get any fan mail questions from you, given the fact that I speak to you almost every single day. But thank you once again, Brandon. And for those of you out there who don't know who he actually was, 3Man Broadcast has been in many of my videos before. So if you guys like what I do, if you guys find my stuff good or entertaining, then go on ahead and check out 3Man Broadcast. He is one of my friends. He also does a whole bunch of stuff like Naruto, Titanfall. He does Attack on Titan reviews. He does a whole bunch of stuff on his channel, guys. So if you guys are really big on anime, and if you guys are really big on some of those things like first-person shooters and stuff, then go on ahead and subscribe to his channel as well. All right, so to answer your first question, Mr. Brandon, will Mark Wahlberg outdo Shia LaBeouf? Absolutely. Mark Wahlberg is way better than Shia LaBeouf in terms of an actor, in terms of an overall performer. I feel like Mark Wahlberg, he's definitely going to bring the realism aspect into Transformers 4. Now, I actually spoke to a lot of people about Transformers 4, and, you know, not a lot of people are, you know, digging it too much. They're like, oh, well, Transformers 4, it's going to suck because Galvatron's being made by humans, and Megatron's not in it, and Grimlock is going to be Optimus's bitch and stuff like that. I think if we all just give Transformers a chance, it's actually going to be way better than what we think it is. In terms of acting-wise, Mark is going to be way better than LaBeouf, because Shia LaBeouf, even though he brought a lot of comedical aspects to his character, he brought a lot of, you know, interesting, you know, things to the whole franchise as a whole. I feel like Mark Wahlberg is definitely going to execute the whole serious character aspect of being a real character you can relate to and stuff like that, as opposed to Shia LaBeouf. So, Transformers 4, I think you guys ought to give it a shot. It comes out like, what, this week or next week or something like that? I mean, really, I think Transformers 4 deserves a chance. Even though Transformers 3 sucked, I feel like Transformers 4 is going to be way better than the third one. But like I said, I mean, the only way to find that out is if you actually go on ahead and just give it a chance. So, to answer your second question, what would I do if I was in your situation, like the one that you were just robbed? All right, now for those of you out there who don't know, my friend Brandon, aka 3-Man Broadcast, was just robbed. He was just mugged, and pretty much what had happened was he was speaking to this girl on a app on the phone, and they pretty much agreed to meet up or whatever, and she asked him a very ridiculous question. She asked him, you know, hey, do you have an Xbox One or a PS4? And he said no, and then she replied, oh, okay, well then bring your 360. I mean, that right there is an insinuation that if you're asking me about next-gen consoles, why are you going to settle for me to bring my 360 when your whole focus was Xbox One, PlayStation 4? That made no sense. So my friend Brandon agreed to meet up with her and her, you know, sister's boyfriend and stuff like that, just so they can have, you know, a day's worth of fun, hang out, play Xbox all day. He brought his controllers, his games, so pretty much he stuffed everything in the backpack, and one of the drivers pretty much told my friend Brandon, hey, can you go inside the convenience store and get me a cigar because I'm not old enough or whatever? And he knew the exact, you know, change of and cost of the actual cigar, so he gave Brandon the amount, and pretty much by the time Brandon walked out the store, the car was gone and his stuff was gone. So Brandon got robbed for his Xbox. Now, if that was me, number one, I would not agree to meet up with strangers and bring my Xbox. That's definitely for sure, because a lot of people often catfish for those exact reasons, you know, and for those of you out there who don't know what catfishing means, it's pretty much pretending to be someone that you're not. So in that particular situation, I would have walked in the store with my backpack. I wouldn't have put my trust in someone to the point where I just met them and here I am giving them my backpack full of games, controllers, and Xbox 360. So even though the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 right now are pretty much inferior consoles as opposed to the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, it's still a relative console, so that really broke me. But if I was in that situation, I would have raised hell. I mean, the moment I would have found out where this person was, I would have just beaten the dog piss out of him, because you just don't do that. I mean, I as a person would never have it within me to steal something from someone of that caliber or anything at all, because I'm not a thief. I'm not a burglar. I'm not a mugger. I'm not going to steal something from someone that someone worked so hard to get. I mean, I feel like that's wrong. That's indecency, and I wouldn't have it within me to do what they did. And I really hope for those of you out there watching this that you guys don't do that, because as a person, imagine if someone walked into your house or, you know, saw you in the street and they took what you had, you know, like, you're going to feel bad, you're going to feel like shit, you're going to feel broken because someone just stole something from you that you worked so hard for, you know. So I feel for you, Mr. 3-Man Broadcast, but next time, if you're ever going to meet anybody through a social network, don't bring your damn Xbox or TV or fucking whatever the hell it is you're going to bring, because you just may never know who you're going to, you know, meet up with. So it's very dangerous, guys. Remember that. To answer your third question, now, what do I do when somebody asks me ridiculous questions? Now, I feel like there is no such thing as a ridiculous question unless it completely makes no sense. For example, if someone asks me, you know, what would you do if you were on Mars and a giant spaghetti monster was tying his shoelaces and then a lollipop dropped from the sky and that's how water's made? You know, like what kind of, like, how do you answer that? That is a ridiculous question, but I feel like ridiculous questions, there are no such thing as a ridiculous question. Questions are always going to be ridiculous in and of themselves because of how it's presented or whatnot, but I feel like questions are never ridiculous. Like I said, unless you just said what I just, asked right now about the whole spaghetti monster on Mars tying sneakers with a lollipop and that's how water is made, then that's a dumb question. But aside from that, when I get, questions like that, I guess you could say, I pretty much read them and I think to myself, well, I can't really answer this, and I just brush them off to the side. So, to answer your fourth question, Grand Theft Auto 5 for the next gens. It's about time. For those of you out there who don't know, the bank heists will finally be implemented in Grand Theft Auto 5 in terms of the next gens. I will be getting Grand Theft Auto 5 for the Xbox One, guys. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not getting it for the PS4. I'm going to be getting it for the Xbox One because I had GTA 5 for the Xbox 360, and I want to transfer all my data on the Xbox One. So, if anybody wants to do any bank heists, if anybody wants to be a part of my GTA 5 crew, on the Xbox One, just let me know now, or just, let me know as a whole, if you guys want to be a part of that, because Grand Theft Auto 5 for the next gen is going to be amazing. My thoughts on it are, they're definitely going to improve the graphics, the pixelation, everything about Grand Theft Auto 5 for the next gen. It's going to scream superiority over the PlayStation and Xbox and regular Xbox 360. So, Grand Theft Auto 5, even though I feel like you're going to have to spend another $65 for it, give or take, that's if you don't get the bonuses like Battlefield did. I feel like Grand Theft Auto 5 was meant for the next gen consoles. It dropped right before the next gen, so I'm actually happy that a year later they're actually gonna plan on releasing it. So my thoughts on it, it's gonna be great. All the shenanigans wrapped in one all over again. To answer your fifth question, the Halo bundle, will it be a waste of time? Absolutely not. Are you crazy, Brandon? Jesus Christ, you know this. I mean, it's definitely not a waste of time because you're getting, I mean, you just told me that, why not just have a Halo 2 anniversary and that's it? Well, think about it. If they were to make a Halo 2 anniversary, the game would cost $65. Whereas opposed to the Halo bundle, you're getting 4 games for the price of $65, including the anniversary, the Halo 1 anniversary, the Halo 2 anniversary, Halo 3, and Halo 4, with over 100 multiplayer maps, with everything unlocked, with the original Forge modes, with the original stories, with the original multiplayer for every single game unlocked, 4,000 gamer score points, custom games available, theater mode available, everything's available for $65. That is not a waste of time. That is a very fortunate gift. And I feel like anybody out there who's hearing the sound of my voice, get the Halo Master Chief Collection when it comes out for the Xbox One, because it will occupy your time. And for those of you out there who aren't really Halo fans, get the bundle and try it for yourself, because I'm telling you right now, the experience is overwhelming. I mean, you get everything you've always asked for and wanted within a video game collection all in one in this package. So that is something I would definitely recommend for you guys. And it's not going to be a waste of time. Although it's going to have competition and the beta drops in December for Halo 5, it's not going to be a waste of time whatsoever. And to answer your final question, online dating. Everybody is doing online dating because that's the new norm. You're not going to walk to a girl in the middle of the street and be like, hey, you want to take the trolley? Hey, you want to go on a boat ride? It's just like, people don't do that these days. Everything is social interaction these days. Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Tumblr, YouTube, Ask FM, all that kind of stuff. So everything is social interaction, So I feel like I don't see anything wrong with online dating, so as long as you stick with the formula and not being, persuasive to a point where you keep pushing, and you're not, someone that you're pretending to be, like you're an actual person. Online dating can vary, but I feel like I feel like it works more than just regular going up to somebody in a bar and just getting them a drink and stuff like that. I feel like online dating can serve a purpose. So, but anyways, 3-Man Broadcast, thank you for the questions. For those of you out there that are watching this, like I said, go on ahead and check 3-Man Broadcast out. They are awesome. So anyways, Brandon, thank you for the questions, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from a very special person, and it is from
Alex, aka UnrealStudioEnt. I am a huge fan of yours. You are by far one of my favorite YouTubers ever. This is my very first fan mail question. I wanted to do a video instead of typing it. So yeah, I really do hope you answer back. It will mean a lot to me. And even though I know you have like other fan mails that you have to read, but yeah, just like I said, this is my very first one, and I really do hope you answer, man. You're awesome. I see you as my big brother to me. I look up to you all the time, and I just love your videos. When you talk about Dragon Ball Z, gaming, movie reviews, everything. So here it goes. It's kind of awkward because this is my very first one, but I'm just gonna put it out there. So question one. Who do you think will win in a fair battle? Super Saiyan God Goku, full power Super Saiyan God Goku, or full power Super Saiyan Vegeta? That would be an amazing battle, without a shadow of a doubt. I do hope one day, if a new Dragon Ball Z movie will come, they will portray that, like, if that will actually happen. And yeah, so just let me know. Who do you think will win the battle? Question 2. Do you have any news at all on the next Evil Dead sequel or Army of Darkness 2? Because last time I heard, they were making Army of Darkness 2, and we all know the Evil Dead sequel is in the works. So I just wanted to know if you know any news at all about the Evil Dead franchise. And question 3. Will you be doing a Let's Play of Watch Dogs? And if so, if you are doing it, what console will you be getting it for? PS4 or Xbox One? And sorry, what else? And yeah, question 4. Who do you think will win the fair battle? Most of my friends are saying Super Saiyan 4 against Super Saiyan God Goku, but I want to know your thoughts. Who will win in a true fair battle? Super Saiyan 4 Goku or Super Saiyan God Goku? So that's it. Sorry I wasn't going on, but just like I said, this is my very first fan mail, and I really do hope you answer, man. I'm a big, huge fan. I love you to death. Just like I said, I look you as a big brother, man. I really do. You inspire me so much, and you're just so awesome. You really are. So have an awesome day. See ya.
You know, it really means a lot to me when somebody just comes to me like that, because I feel like, you know, if I get someone going, or if I inspire somebody to do something, that's always a good thing, and that's what I thrive on. As long as someone is doing the right thing, as long as someone is pushing themselves beyond, you know, what they think they're capable of, I feel like I have just done my job. So for you to say that about me, considering me a big brother, it means the world, because I don't have any siblings or brothers and stuff like that. So I view all of you as if like you all were like my little brothers and sisters and my big brothers and sisters. So for you to say that, I truly see that as like you're my little bro, because I can see that we have the same interests, and I can see that, you know, you're a person that I can relate to. So it really means the world to me, man. I mean, just it really does. I mean, for people to say that, that actually gets me by a lot, because I don't really have, you know, family like that. So for me to say, hey, I have like a actual little brother or a big brother, no. So I see you guys as like my little family. I mean, that's just the way I see it. And if you guys ever run into me on the street, don't be afraid to like say hi or whatever. I mean, it could be anywhere. So I'm a really friendly person. I mean, if you guys want to talk, we'll talk. If you guys want to do anything, I'll interact. I'm not like, you know, a stingy, like, you know, grumpy person. I'm just like, I spew energy, and that's just like how I am as a person. So, all right, to answer your first question, Super Saiyan God Goku versus Super Saiyan God Vegeta. To answer that, just to name it off the bat, they are going to make another movie, of course. Now, I don't know when it's going to drop. Some people are saying next year. Some people are saying 2016. Some sources are saying that Akira Toriyama is having issues with certain things. Some people are saying that Akira Toriyama is going to make the movie in 2017 and stuff like that. I mean, either way, there is going to be another movie, because why would Akira Toriyama end it the way he did? But in terms of Goku versus Vegeta in their god forms, damn, that would be a great fucking fight. I would say probably Goku, but then again, Vegeta would just be so fucking ruthless, man. Like I said, I think the only advantage Goku would have is probably the instant transmission, because Vegeta can't pick that up. Vegeta can't sense that shit. If Bills couldn't, Vegeta definitely can't. If those two were to fight, I don't think there would be a definitive winner. But if I had to choose, I would say probably Goku because he has more experience in the form, give or take. Then again, if we're talking, no holds barred battle to the death, I do believe Vegeta would win because he would have it within him to kill Goku. But Goku would not have it within him to kill Vegeta unless he had no damn choice. But in this particular battle, I would have to say probably Goku just because of the instant transmission. If Vegeta decides to play something off, Goku can just, instant transmission himself out of there. And then poof, I mean, he can just catch Vegeta off guard easily with that. So, I want to hear from you guys. Like, who do you think will win this battle? Goku or Vegeta in their God forms? Because I would so like to see that. I mean, two gods going at it, but then again, they have a common enemy, so why would they fight? But to answer your second question, all right, I do have news. I read it not too long ago. It was about maybe like 2-3 weeks ago. They are making Evil Dead 2. That's already a confirmation from, I think it was BloodyDisgusting.com. Army of Darkness as well. Now, Army of Darkness's script, from what I read, it's going to play off, following the third movie, the third original Evil Dead movie. And it's going to have Ash in the film. That's what I hear. And Ash is going to be a part of that. So it's going to have a correlation to Evil Dead's sequel from the actual remake. So Evil Dead 2 and the new Army of Darkness movie, so to say, are going to have a connection, a correlation, a time frame that's going to interact. So the Evil Dead 2013 remake sequel is definitely going to have a tie-in with the sequel to Army of Darkness. Now, how exactly are they planning on doing that? I have no idea. Maybe Ash is going to meet up with the girl at the very end of the remake, and they're going to have to like battle out the undead army and stuff like that. But I mean, if in terms of Evil Dead 2, it's been well over a year since the movie dropped, and I thought it was fantastic. I love the film. Not many people were like, so excited about Evil Dead when it first came out. Many people were like, oh, it was a dumb remake. Oh, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like Evil Dead, the remake, was just fantastic. It was awesome in 2013. And you could just imagine where they're going to go with 2014. But then again, didn't the girl destroy the cabin and whatnot? So, I mean, it's going to be a little weird to see what direction they're going to take it in. But from my knowledge, I was reading a certain article on BloodyDisgusting.com where it said that Evil Dead 2 is supposed to drop probably in 2015. So 2015 for Evil Dead 2 and the Army of Darkness, I'm not entirely sure about. Now, that's just a rumor. There are a whole bunch of articles on both films, but both films are in development. And, I mean, there's so many other remakes as well being developed. It, the Clown, is being remade. What was it? I think his Goonies is being remade or something like that. So a whole bunch of freaking movies are being remade. And in terms of that specific one, Evil Dead, I was so excited to see it. And now Evil Dead 2, 2015, 2016, definitely. I mean, I don't see why they would wait to 2017. That's just pushing the envelope. To answer your third question, as you already saw, I did start my Watch Dogs Let's Play. The game is... I'm not really digging it too much. Save your money if you're thinking about buying it. I do have it for the PS4. But yeah, just save your money, man, for Watch Dogs. I feel like Watch Dogs is a good game, but not as good as you think it is. Given the fact that it was just all hype, in my opinion. So, and to answer your last question, Super Saiyan 4 versus Super Saiyan God. Well, don't you think that if you're a god, you pretty much have it all in the bag? Super Saiyan 4, I do believe he's a lot bigger than Super Saiyan God Goku. I mean, Super Saiyan 4 Goku's a lot bigger. He's a lot buffer. He's a lot... I mean, in terms of strength, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to say, because God Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Goku are very similar characters, yet they're so far apart in terms of ki energy and stuff like that. So for that, I would probably say Super Saiyan God. Maybe. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he does have a lot of endurance. He could take a lot of fucking hits. But so can Super Saiyan God Goku. But then again, Super Saiyan God Goku is like a fusion transformation. It wears off sometimes. It wore off in Battle of Gods. So, I don't know. I mean, if God Goku took it serious, I would say him. But if that form gives out against SS4 Goku, then Goku in his Super Saiyan 4 form would crush the other Goku. So... But anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions. I truly, truly hope that you have a great week, a great weekend. Go to the beach, go hang out with your friends, do what you got to do. I just hope you have a memorable summer. Remember to be safe, and I hope to see you in another family episode, man. And now, moving on to the next question, which is from Judah Williams. Dear Alex, I know it's been a while since I sent you fan mail. I'm still interested in watching your videos, but I've been very busy than I've ever been. I am excited the new DBZ movie is coming in theaters in English. However, it may not come to Alabama. This is that I am sad because I know that the movie will now be a great success in the few days will come out. All right, well, question number 1. Why do you think the movie will only come out on certain cities, certain dates? Question 2, how do you feel about Xbox 360 towards Xbox One? Question 3, when you think about Yu-Gi-Oh, how do you feel about the series and all? Do you feel like they should have stopped it a long time ago, or are they coming out okay with continuing it? Question 4, of the video games of all time, which do you consider your favorite versus the others? Thank you for answering my questions and thank you for taking the time off for answering. All right, well, no problem, Judah. Now, to answer your first question, the only reason why I feel like Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods is coming out in certain cities is because it doesn't have the fan base like the Avengers does or anything like that. And I feel like Hollywood just feels like the movie is not going to gross out as much. And I feel like the movie will drop in Alabama, either, you know, Montgomery or freaking, you know, Birmingham or somewhere. I mean, it's bound to drop somewhere in Alabama. I'm pretty sure of that because Alabama is, once again, a very credible state. It's a part of the U.S. I mean, why wouldn't it come out in the U.S.? So I'm sure it will. But in terms of certain cities, certain dates, I just feel like Hollywood feels like, oh, well, not enough Dragon Ball Z fans are going to care. Not enough people are going to care. They're probably going to take their kids, and that's about it. You know, like, they're not looking at the overall picture here. I mean, like, a lot of anime fans are going to go see it. I'm going to drag everybody I know to go see that film. So that film is definitely going to be worth the hype, worth the wait, because it's the first time Dragon Ball Z will be live in theaters. You know what I mean? Like, this is a very big thing. So for me personally, I'm very excited and I really can't wait because finally seeing Goku on the big screen is going to be like absolutely amazing. So I feel like the movie is going to do exceptionally well, but I just feel like Hollywood, you know, thinks the opposite, the complete opposite of this film. So to answer your second question, Xbox 360 versus Xbox One. I will say this, the Xbox 360 controller is a lot better than the Xbox One controller. I feel like the Xbox 360 controller, I mean, it just has a better overall grip. I feel like everything about the Xbox 360 is a little better in terms of party chat, the dashboard and whatnot. Xbox One's interface doesn't impress me as much as the 360's does, or even, you know, PlayStation 4 for that matter. So in terms of the controller, Xbox 360 is better. In terms of interface, Xbox 360 is better. In terms of party chats, Xbox 360 is better. In terms of dashboards, Xbox 360 is better. In terms of graphics, Xbox One is better. In terms of games, I believe Xbox One is going to hold a much more superior library than the 360. But in terms of the controller and the interface and the party system, I do believe Microsoft desperately needs an update for the Xbox One. They really they need to improve on that, because without having an intricate, you know, party system and a dashboard that's very you know, very easy to access, I feel like they're going to lose a lot of momentum and fans. I mean, it was difficult enough having to go back and forth through parties and whatever and whatnot during the Xbox One sessions when I would get into a Titanfall game. But it's just like there's something about the Xbox One that just screams awesomeness, but it also screams like failure in terms of the party system and whatnot. It truly does. But yeah, I mean, Xbox One right now, I mean, it's doing exceptionally well. But like I said, the Xbox 360 still holds the crown in terms of the Microsoft brand, because the Xbox 360, despite all the bullshit over the last, what, like fucking 5, 6, 7 years, it was able to deliver. So Xbox One, I really hope that they deliver, if not better than 360, because if not, that's going to be a complete and utter failure. So they really need to order up their game up. So to answer your third question, Yu-Gi-Oh! I completely just like lost track of Yu-Gi-Oh! One day. One day I was a giant freaking fan collecting cards and buying tin cans and stuff. The next day I just completely lost interest in the series. Now, I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! Should still continue because it does have a very good reputation and a very good following. But I feel like my little Yu-Gi-Oh! Obsession ended after the movie came out in theaters. You know, having to go through the Egyptian god cards and Exodia and all these, you know, Blue Eyes, Shining Dragon, all that kind of stuff. It was just like, it comes to a point in time where it's just like, all right, that is as much as you can get, right? Well, not according to now, because now you have like all of these weird ass cards that I've never even heard of before. Different label of cards, you know, some excelling trap cards, magic cards, all that kind of stuff. Some excelling monsters, mega fusions and whatnot. It's just like, whoa, what the fuck is going on, you know? In my opinion, I think it should still continue for the regular fans because Yu-Gi-Oh! Will always be Yu-Gi-Oh! Whether or not they have Yu-Gi-Oh! Or not. Kaiba or not, Pegasus or not, and stuff like that. But it's just a different generation, and a different generation just means a different set of rules and following. So in terms of what I think they should have done, I think they should have just continued like the way they are, except not add all these different ass freaking cards and whatnot. Just add more monsters, more magic, more traps, and that's it, you know, like not no 5 SDs, all that kind of crazy shit. It's just like, wow, you know. And to answer your last question, out of all the video games, which I consider my favorites, well, some of my favorites are Gears of War 2, Gears of War 1, Halo 3 is definitely just up there, GTA 5, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, Spyro Year of the Dragon, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, you know, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, you know, games like that, games of those natures are definitely going to be like, what the hell is going on? Freaking phone is just going off, and sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, games of those nature are always going to be like in my favorite section. I mean, always, because they hold a special place in my heart. So, but anyways, Judah, thank you for the questions, and I'll be seeing you hopefully in the next fan mail. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Game Time X. Hey Unreal, thank you so much for answering my questions last week and giving me your insights and opinions on what I asked. Truly, you inspired me even more, but now I'm back with more questions. Here we go. Question number 1. What are your thoughts on Dead Island 2? I think it looks too cheesy. Ooh. And it may flop because of its cheesiness ways instead of being horrifying like the first. Question 2. What are your thoughts on the new Batman game? Game of the year? I don't think it will. Really? Destiny might be. Thoughts? Question number 3, what are your thoughts on the current state of horror movies? Alright, well, to answer your first question, Dead Island 2, I don't think it's going to be a flop. I think it's going to be a lot better than Riptide and the first game. Well, of course, they're going to be in California, so that means, you know, I'm possibly an open world game. I mean, we don't know. But, I mean, how could you sit there and say it's going to flop, but the game hasn't even dropped yet? I mean, all they showed was a little teaser trailer. I feel like they can go many different ways with Dead Island 2, as long as they don't go in the same direction as Dead Rising, because Dead Rising 1 was good. Dead Rising 2, story-wise, it wasn't so good. Dead Rising 3, awesome game. Dead Rising 3 DLC, fucking cheesy as hell. And now, you know, with Dead Island 1 being a great game, Dead Island Riptide being a ripoff, Dead Island 2 does have the potential to be a lot better. Now, I don't see this game being as horrifying as the first for some weird reason. I see this game playing off as if, like, you just moved to California or some shit and, you know, all hell breaks loose. Now, it may be cheesy, it may not be. In terms of the cheesy aspect, I don't believe that it's going to be as cheesy as you think. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to bring back a lot of those old bosses, probably new bosses as well. You know, giant mutated freaking zombies in the street and stuff like that. It's going to be pretty cool to run around California and Los Angeles freaking, you know, beating zombies in the head with shovels. But I don't think it's going to flop whatsoever. I think the game is going to deliver. And it does come out next year, so that's another game to look forward to. To answer your second question, Batman Arkham Knight. Now, I'm a huge Batman fan. Not the biggest Batman fan, but I am a Batman fan. The game looks amazing. The game looks fucking awesome. The game is going to be epic. Arkham Origins, I got it. It was good. I enjoyed it a little bit. I could not finish my Let's Play because, you know, apparently they had a little copyright strikes, and, you know, YouTube does its policy. You know, no biggie. But this game looks very interesting. You know, having the Batmobile, having to, you know, do all sorts of intricate things, you know, going back to the Arkham, you know, asylums, Arkham City, you know, standpoints in terms of gameplay and whatnot. It's pretty cool. But in terms of Game of the Year, I just might have to agree with Destiny. I don't know. Destiny seems like it's gonna have more content than Batman. In terms of story, Batman probably will beat out Destiny in terms of story, maybe, give or take. But in terms of overall content and what the game is going to bring to the table, I do believe that Destiny is going to hold that title. Because Destiny, and I'm not the biggest Destiny fan, I'm still learning more about it, but in terms of Destiny versus Arkham Knight, I don't know, man. I just might have to go with Destiny on this one, because Destiny is going to have a Mass Effect, Halo, Call of Duty, you know, Borderlands type feel, where it's just all you and you get to do whatever the hell you want to do, and the story's so intricate and whatnot. Batman as well, you have, like, you know, new enemies and whatnot, Arkham Knight and shit like that, but I don't know. I think Game of the Year, it's kind of too soon to debate on, just because half of these games haven't even been released yet. But in terms of that little criteria, I'm going to have to go with Destiny, just because of the amount of content and the overload that they're going to have. And to answer your final question, the state of horror movies. Now, I'm a huge horror fan. I'm pretty sure the majority of you watching this right now are horror fans. Now, the state of horror movies are just, it's really weird because of the position that they're in. Some horror movies are trying to be like the classic, you know, slasher type flick and whatnot. You know, some movies are, you know, trying to go down the route of Paranormal Activity and The Conjuring. Now, there is a movie coming out called Deliver Us from Evil really soon. I think that movie is going to be pretty cool. Paranormal Activity 5 is going to be coming out, so that's going to be very interesting. I didn't say good, but interesting to see. You know, but in terms of horror movies, I don't know, man. I mean, everything that they've been trying to do has already been done. Everything has been done in movies, guys. I mean, literally, everything has been done. There's only such a small handful of things that haven't been done yet. I mean, for God's sakes, we have Sharktopus versus, you know, Predadactyl, which is pretty much a shark, you know, slash octopus hybrid, versus a piranha slash pterodactyl hybrid. They made a fucking movie off that. They made Sharknado. Do you guys remember that? A bunch of sharks that spawned from a tornado. They made fucking, you know, Piranha Double D, with giant piranhas eating people. They made Avatar with freaking exploration of other planets. They made Alien vs. Predator, The Avengers, Dragon Ball Z. They made Paranormal Activity. They made Captain America, Godzilla, Pacific Rim. They did, you know, Scarface, It the Clown. They did, you know, The Godfather, Good Friday. They did freaking, you know, Fast and Furious. They Need for Speed. They did Rambo, Terminator. You know, they did The Conjuring. You know, they did Excellence. They did a whole bunch of stuff. So, I mean, in terms of movies, man, especially horror movies, what is there left to do? If you could be a director, right, for all of you out there watching this, if you could be a director for a horror film, how would you direct your movie? What would your movie be about? I mean, just let me know in the comment section below, because that is something I really want to hear. I mean, for me, I would stick with the Conjuring slash paranormal basis. I think that is a very interesting style of horror. The slasher films are just downhill. The gore films are still, yeah, unless they resurrect Saw somehow. But I want to hear your thoughts, guys. If you could make a horror film, what would your story be? Just give me a solid story in the comment section below. I want to hear your story. Please do that, because it's very interesting to hear everybody's opinion, especially in terms of horror movies. Like, that is something I want to hear you guys' takes on. So, but anyways, Mr. Game Time X, thank you for the questions, man, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Ultimate Gaming. Hello, Alex. Let's move on to the questions. Okay. Question 1. What's better, PS4 or Xbox One? I personally think that they're both great consoles. Wow. I believe you're the first person not to, like, bash the other console. So for that, here you... Well played, sir. Well played. Well played. Question number 2. What are your thoughts about E3 this year overall? What games are you excited for? Question 3, Dragon Ball Z. It's going to be epic. What are your thoughts on Xenoverse and how it's going to be? Question 4, what's better for South Park or Family Guy? Question 5, are you enjoying Watch Dogs? Question 6, what are your thoughts on the new monster, the Kraken? Do you think Evolve is going to be a good game? Thanks for answering my questions. You are a great man who can do anything to set your mind to. God bless you and see you. God bless you too, man. To answer your first question, I think they're great as well. They're both awesome. Xbox One, PS4, they're both great in their own respectives. So that is just put on the shelf in terms of that little argument. To answer your second question, I thought E3 was very good. It wasn't as good as 2006, 2007, because that was when I believe they showcased everything. But overall, I would give this E3 a 7 out of 10. What games am I excited for? The Master Chief Collection for Halo. Halo 5 Guardians, obviously. Evolve. I'm excited for... I'm going to try Crackdown. You know, I'm going to try it. I haven't played Crackdown 1 or 2. I'll try it. Uncharted 4. That's something I really want to see how they're going to develop. And that's pretty much it for now. And The Crew. The Crew is going to be a great game for those of you out there watching this. Go look up the game, The Crew. It's going to be sick. And Dragon Ball Z, of course, which leads into my third question. Overall thoughts on Xenoverse. All right, now, it looks so much like Battle of Z. It really does, man. And it annoys me. I'm going to make a separate video discussing that. I think it's going to be epic as well. It's made by Dimps, and Dimps made all of the original games. So, I don't know, man. I mean, how good will it be? Don't really know too sure. It's in its alpha stage, so the game has a lot to work for. But I think the game is going to be an overall success. Is it going to be the greatest game of all time? We don't know that. Visually, yeah, it is. But gameplay-wise, we're just going to have to wait and see. I mean, we're really going to have to play the waiting game on Dragon Ball Z. It's most likely going to come out next year, probably. But overall, I mean, just give it a chance and let's see what happens. To answer your fourth question, I would have to say South Park, because South Park had a lot of shit that just left you like on the edge of your seat. It was just like, wow, I can't believe they went there. So I would have to say South Park. To answer your fifth question, am I enjoying Watch Dogs? Watch Dogs is enjoyable. Is it fun? Yes. Is it a good game? I would say just save your money, in my opinion. Watch Dogs, I think, it did not live up to the hype, to be honest. So... And to answer your final question, the Kraken, I think Evolve is going to be a great game. I love the fact that they have the Kraken, because the Kraken reminds me so much of like an alternative monster compared to Goliath. And I think that with that, the Kraken serves a different overall purpose in terms of Goliath and him, because both characters have a different, unique style to them, and I think that's going to offer a lot. So... but anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a fantastic week. And thank you all for watching, everybody. Once again, my name is UnrealEntGaming. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all latest news, information, and updates. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my second channel. The link will be in the description below. It's called UnrealEnt Network. I'm going to be having a whole bunch of stuff on there that you guys haven't seen before. And I really hope you guys enjoyed your summer thus far. I mean, it's flying by relatively quick. I don't know about you guys, but the weather here is just weird. Given the fact that I do live in New York, the weather here hasn't been June-ish. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot. It's very weird. Illuminati! Damn it, we gotta kill them all. But thank you all for watching, everybody, once again. God bless all of you. I hope you have a great weekend. And don't forget to submit your questions, guys. Please try to do it in video format. Please try to do it in video format. I want to see how you guys look. I want to see how you interact. So that's also pretty cool. So anyways, everybody, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more, and I'll be seeing you all later. Peace, everybody.